Hey Gemini people out there, Gemini friends. I have this reading now is for you, a peek into the year 2023 that I do at the end of every year in December. And I'll use a number of different things to do the reading. First, I'll start here, Gemini, with the Lemurian Star Child Oracle, one card. And I'll show you that, we'll read you that, and then tell you what I feel is coming up for you. Then as the reading goes on, I'll tell you the rest. So, the card is the Tree of Life. How fortunate. Circles of life, clear energies, and channel. Beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful cards in the Star Child Oracle. Let me put that off to the side. And then I have these cards, which are Lenormand cards. They're an Oracle deck. And I will create, there are 32 cards here. And a grand tableau would be using all the 36 cards, but I use a mini grand tableau, which is a cutout. It's a spread that I've designed to get information for you from the different trimesters and different areas in your life. So let me show you how that's going to pan out. So let's see. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Before I continue, just let me tell you, with the Tree of Life, what has come up is that I don't want to say that you are among the most fortunate in the of the zodiac signs, but I have to say that the Tree of Life coming out first, right out of the deck like that, is something quite extraordinary for you, Gemini. When you talk about clear energies, this means a total disbanding of negative entity attachments, negative energies, a circle of life. You know, this also talks about family. Now, for the year 2023, Gemini, I believe that you should capitalize on that, capitalize on furthering the light awareness of your spiritual life and spiritual awakening path if you are on that. Now, coming back to the Lenormand. So I have 4 rows. I'm putting out 4 rows of 4 cards, Gemini. Hopefully you'll be able to see all of those. It's good enough. Now let's see. Okay. 20. All right, now let me get my trusted pen. Now we're working with the first trimester. The first trimester, really, it is kicking off the year 2023 with surprises. Surprises, and then again picking up the theme of the Tree of Life around the family and home and your extended family. There is going to be the notion of wanting to return home if you are, and this has been a theme with the last 2 readings so far. So you are the third in line, and I'm seeing this as a pattern that's again being renewed. You will, even if you're far away from home, you will want to return home. But for those living far from home, I see that in the first trimester, that will not be possible for all of you. Now, the second trimester, I have a situation here that discusses how can I put it? The ins and outs of relationships at a friend level. The distinction between, this is April, May, and June, the second trimester, April, May, and June, the distinction, there'll be a lot of talk about the distinction between the borders, the boundaries between friends, friends with benefits, and co-workers. What is a friend? There'll be a lot of thoughts around that, Gemini. When is a friend, and when do they go from a friend to a friend with benefits? From a friend with benefits, is it possible to go back to being a friend simply? And there will be communication with a female, written communication. You'll be all in line with this theme of friendships, yes, friendship, no, friendship with benefits, friends with benefits, boundaries, workers, co-workers. Is it possible to have a relationship with a co-worker? What does that entail? Could it be possible to go back to being friends? And this also involves a woman, whether you're a male or a female. This involves a woman, and it comes out in a very big way, in the sense that there are emails, there's texts, and there's sort of a paper trace, so to speak, a paper trace that you can go back and read. Then there is the third trimester, which is July, August, and September. July, August, and September, and this is where this is probably one of the nicest, well, it is the nicest trimester, July, August, and September. Granted, there will be, right off the bat, July, you're going to be called upon to make certain decisions, difficult decisions concerning your sense of security, your security in general. And this is a general reading, but it could be as diverse as you changing how you invest your money to who you call your friends and who you rely on. There's a sense you're growing maturity in this 3-month period, Gemini. And the thoughts, now this is the thoughts of you planning a trip. All right, it comes at the tail end, so we're talking about the last week of August, the beginning of September, into September. Plans are being made. You will be able to go, but it's going into on a trip, but it may spill over into the next trimester, which is October, November, December. For some reason, there will be a glitch in the plans that you have, and I'm looking at about 23% of you who have planned a trip. There will be a glitch in the system, but then all of a sudden it opens up, and then you're able to take your trip. It has this situation, this glitch, and then going and then opening up, has to do with traveling with a loved one. It could be a loved one, a family member, could be a loved one, a romantic partner, but it is a loved one, someone who is dear to your heart. And the tail end of the year has those of you who are wanting to make that qualitative jump into the unknown concerning marriage, partnership, will sort of want to tie the knot with an engagement of some sorts, announcing to those family and friends who know you that, yes, we're serious now, okay? Now, I'm going to go to each of these cards that are sitting on a specific house. The area of the spread that talks about endings and beginnings. This is where you, Gemini, come into your own. When we talk about endings and beginnings, everyone starts to fret. There is a little bit of anxiety because people think, oh my God, something's going to end. I'm going to be sad. I'm going to cry. Instead, not you, Gemini. This is the area, it seems, where you're ready and raring to go. It looks as though the surprises do concern both endings and beginnings. And in both cases, they're very fortuitous, they're positive, they're well sought after. And the area that concerns surprises, is something that you can count on during the year. Over and over and over again, you will be surprised, and it will always be a positive surprise. Even if superficially, Gemini, you in the beginning you think, oh my God, something this has happened. Right around the corner, immediately around the corner, you get that positive lining to that surprise, to that event. And when we talk of endings, definite endings, they will always come about because they will be your choice. You are the one that decides to end things. Now, spoken communication, this is where you should put, I don't want to say a muzzle on you, but spoken communication will be a bit difficult for you. You tend to put your feet in your mouth. You tend not to get your ideas across. You tend to ruin things, so to speak. So try, if you can, to put things in writing when it's appropriate. Then we have the area of your work and livelihood. Now, there are two readings to this, two layers. One, those of you who are self-employed and have your own business, you're going to want to take that closer to home. You're going to want to close an office and then bring it into your home. You're going to want to cut corners and be more comfortable, no travel, and make it overall a more seamless experience. The other side to the story is those who go to a place of work and are on their, they go to a place of work. This year, Gemini, it's going to be very comfortable, very, very, unlike the year that is, we're saying goodbye to, or we have said goodbye to, depending on when you hear this reading and see this reading. This year, 2023, is a time, Gemini, where, it's almost as if your home is anywhere you put your hat. You're okay doing it there. You're okay traveling. You're okay being a rep outside of the office. But it's you shine when you are in the place of work. Now, your sense of security, all right, your sense of security, there's a very interesting storyline here. Your sense of security is let's say, the aspect, the domain of your life that will give you most cause for concern. You're going to be constantly concerned about your security. Security in terms of finance, money in the bank, how you can pay for this, that, and the other thing. That's going to be uppermost in your mind in 2023. And by the same token, that sense of security here is what is going to guide you through the year. It's as if the issue that you define, your sense of security, is what becomes your North Star. You do everything on that basis because that is important for you in 2023. Now, going home, all right, the sense of home. Like I said, your home is where you hang your hat, even on the workplace, and that is by far the most pleasurable experience during the year 2023. It's as if you're very comfortable in your skin. No matter where you go, you have your home. You carry it like a shell, just like a snail. Then public life. All right, public life, you're being out and about and speaking to people, not only getting up on a soapbox with a megaphone and, saying your piece, but interacting with people on a face-to-face basis. You're going to move toward that. And closer, again, to home, closer. You're going to be in a very comfortable place, whether it's on the workplace or at home, but you're going to go out of that home and interact locally, face to face, and it's going to be very fortunate for you. Then we have obstacles, and I have to say, before I mentioned the oral communication as being tenuous, being careful with oral communication, getting in writing. Well, an obstacle will also be presented by too much in writing, saying too much, writing too much, explicitating, making things too explicit. So be careful the way you communicate. The area of your life that concerns decisions and decision-making patterns, we mentioned that that specifically ending things, it would be your decision. And here, the decision-making area tells me that you're going to be able to do that, specifically because you've reached a sense of maturity. This is a year for you, Gemini, where there's a substantial qualitative jump. You are making a qualitative jump with relationships, on the job, interacting with people, knowing what you want. Now, nuisances, problems, little things like flat tires, little nuisances that don't really change your day or weigh too much on you, but they are nuisances. We have here nuisances involve the sphere of your emotional life. Your emotional life, it could be extended to love, love relationships, romantic partnerships. Those are small nuisances. Your partner wants to do this, you don't want to do that. Your partner always does this, you always want to do something else. So they are nuisances, things you can live with. Now, something hidden. This is going to be eradicated at the source. You're going to get to the bottom of almost everything that you need to know, everything that you want to know, and everything that you feel will help you make any further decisions. Then matters of communication. We did talk about the difficulties, right? Rely on a woman as a counsel for you to help you through what you should write, what you should say. Whether it be a friend, a parent, a sibling, someone who is close to you. Rely on the female figure. Now we have the area of male influences. A male and male influences will guide you in terms of that vacation you want to take, that trip you want to take, that goes from late August, September, and spills into October, that time of the year. Have someone help you, have a male help you with that organization. Believe them. Listen to their stories. If they say you shouldn't go there, don't go there. If they say try this cruise, try it. Then a female influence. Here I see that you definitely, I'm not saying tie the knot. I did mention it at the end of the year as you wanting to tie the knot. Correct. But here I see that there is not only tying the knot emotionally and romantically, there is a sort of contractual agreement or a partnership that goes beyond the romantic sphere. With a woman, whether you're a male or a woman, you decide to pair up, sort of a partner in crime, if not legally bound by contract. It's interesting, this. Very, very interesting. So now I have my runes. They're elk's teeth that have fallen, which are, might think they're creepy, but they are found in nature. And let's see, they have not been taken out from the animals. Okay. Let me overturn them. Look at how they're placed and then read them. Some real interesting stuff, you guys. I really have to say, Gemini, that you're in for quite an interesting area of your life in 2023, not only because of the things that I just said, but because you're in control. You get that sensation. Maybe it's an illusion, but you have the idea that you've done all your homework and now you can just maneuver your life forward. All right, now, the reading here does have need here. It does have need, and need is a rune that talks about having patience, the need to have patience. Usually it talks about constraints. Usually it talks about a difficult learning situation. So let's be aware of that. Diag here talks of increase and growth. It alleviates, however, the rune of delay and postponing and putting on hold. So it's momentary. We've got this beautiful Pedro, and Pedro is a mystical, sort of a magical rune. It talks of hidden secrets that emerge and surprises that emerge, and we saw that. We did see that. And what Diag also does, ladies and gentlemen, Gemini friends, it does, Pedro, what Pedro does do is that you may be prone to dabble in things of the occult. You may want to go to readers. You may want to turn to psychics for more information. This is the year for that. Beautiful, beautiful Soilo, the sun here in your reading, right in the center. Victory, great power. And we've seen that. It's power, there's success. You have the sense that of power because you're in control. I have here Bjork or Björkana, and it's Merkstave, it's facing down. And when it's in that position, it talks of nothing new. Nothing new in terms of relationships, romantic relationships. You are bringing forward this year things you've already cooked in your cauldron. Now I have Tyr. Again, look at that. Tyr literally points to victory in competition. You're extremely motivated. You outdo everyone else in the running. There is an increase in power here. And again, it talks of power. Now here is Fehu. Now Fehu talks of fulfillment and financial gains. And so expect that. Expect your security in finance to be safe. You feel safe. This is a year of feeling safe and committed. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you, Gemini. It was a pleasure. Talk soon. Bye-bye and have a lovely year and holiday season. Bye-bye.